off the base like a normal first baseman does. And you know what I was thinking? Maybe that was just a little nudge to Machado for after what he did in the interference call, hitting Arcia's knee. And, of course, they called it a double play. But maybe Aguilar kind of stood there a little bit being like, we didn't forget what happened, what you did to Arcia, trying to break up that double play. You know what I mean?
You reached over and accidentally grabbed his leg?
Yeah. I mean, they got the call right, and they called a double play on the interference, obviously. But I'm just saying, I think Aguilar just kind of catching the ball like that and standing there straight up instead of coming off the base like a normal first baseman, maybe he was just kind of standing there saying, we didn't forget about you, Manny,
Right.
Yeah, and you're right. The Brewers' strength is their bullpen, and if that's failing them now, that does not bode well. So, yeah, after Game 5, Dodgers lead 3-2. We'll see how that goes. Now, in the American League, they have their own little piece of controversy, basically accusing him of cheating, the Astros.
Yeah, I saw they had someone in the dugout potentially taking pictures. Is that what was going on? I didn't get a chance to read fully into it, but what is going on over there?
Sorry about that. No, they had a guy, his name is Kyle McLaughlin. Supposedly he's not technically on the Astros payroll, but they had him with Astros credentials using his cell phone to film the Red Sox dugout. So what they're saying is, and this was in Game 1. This just came out, I think, today or yesterday, but this was in Game 1 in Boston, where they found the guy filming the dugout, and they actually removed him from the ballpark.
Oh, wow.
Now, MLB is investigating this, obviously. We're going to have a Spygate in the MLB now. But supposedly he's had pictures taken with him and Jim Crane, the owner of the Astros. He had Astros credentials on him to be able to sit in that spot. So they're looking into it, but as far as we know right now, there's nothing concrete. But we'll see what happens with that. I mean, supposedly, like I said, he was trying to film the Red Sox dugout, maybe seeing the bench coach or the manager relaying signs and possibly filming it, stealing signs and stuff like that. So that's the accusation, and we'll see.
So
we'll see.
Major League Baseball, they've come out and said they found no violations.
Did they come out and say that? I know they were investigating it.
Yeah, this just came out about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
It said Major League Baseball said it found no violations by the Houston Astros with regards to alleged sign stealing during the postseason. So, there you go. I think it's funny because what was it last year? The Red Sox, I believe, were accused of stealing using an Apple Watch. Remember that?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Was that this year or was that last year? I know
it
was
against
the Yankees.
Maybe.
It was against. Yeah, it was against the Yankees. I know that. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, they were using an Apple Watch to film. Let's do the same thing, basically. Film the Yankees dugout.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was to be last year as well.
Was it last year? Yeah, I'm not sure. I couldn't remember exactly when it was. They Yeah, last year, September last year.
So now this series is only, they're playing they just started Game 4 now, but right now, as of now, the Red Sox lead the series 2-1. Personally, I'm surprised. I thought, I knew it would be close, but, it's still early, but how do you think this series is going?
Well, I thought the Astros they were gonna crush them, honestly. I mean, not in a way that was a sweep, but I thought it was gonna be 5 games, 6 games easily in the Astros' favor. Right now, it does not look to be that way at all. Even though in this game right now, the Red Sox are leading 2-0 in Game 4. Jose Altuve had a potential 2-run home run that was taken back, called on fan interference, actually. So that could be a really big play.
Was that Jeffrey Mayer?
Yeah, right. So take a look at something like that because, I mean, Red Sox are up 2-0 right now. They're leading the series 2-1. If they go on to win this game, that's a big call right there. And the Astros, I thought they were going to get a really strong performance out of their pitching staff, but Cole let them down. I mean, Verlander did well, but other than that, I'm surprised to see him in this hole right here. What do you think, Johnny?
I'm surprised too. I mean, when I was on last week, I said Houston in 5. I really thought they were gonna take the Red Sox, especially after what they did, shutting down Cleveland with Ramirez and Lindor doing nothing in that series. And again, yeah, they did. They just it wasn't even fair at that point. But honestly, again, the Red Sox. Just as I thought the Dodgers bullpen wasn't quite as strong, we had the same questions about the Red Sox bridging to Kimbrel. Whereas the Red Sox with Brazier and Barnes and Embry and Kelly, and these guys have been great. They haven't given up any runs, with the exception of the Kimbrel with the 1 run, and then Brandon Workman, obviously, in Game 1 gave up the 4 runs. But other than that, these guys have been lights out, and it's been kind of surprising. And the games have been a lot closer than it seems. You know, the Game 1 was 7-2. Yesterday's game seemed like a blowout by the scores, but Game 1 was 3-2 going into the 9th. Yesterday was 3-2 going into the 8th. Mm-hmm. And with, you know, like we're saying about the Dodgers, that bridge to get to Jansen, same thing with the Red Sox. That bridge, they're shutting down Houston's lineup, which is surprising.
Houston did just pick up a run, though, off a Correa single, so it's now 2-1. So they're trying to come back. There's still a lot of game left. It's only in the 2nd inning, so I mean, I still see the Astros pulling this out. They won the championship last year, so they have veterans on that team. They got the pitching staff. They got the relievers. I like that in a best-of-7 situation. There's, what does it look like? It looks like there's 1 out right now, a guy on first. So maybe this is an inning that they can tie it up, do something. They at least chipped into it a little bit. So yeah, it'd be an interesting finish to this game here. What do you think, Joey?
I should have known that Garrett Cole would not play well because as a Pirate fan, I've seen him fail in the postseason many times. So this should not have come as a surprise. I guess that's just his thing. He just can't do, I mean, he had an amazing, regular season, but just did, so far failed in the, playoffs. I guess David Price was a huge surprise because he's known as a playoff, underperformer and,
did you see what he did in Game 2? 4.2 innings, 4 earned, 4 walks with a homer given up. We thought Cole was bad. He gave up 5 runs in that game. He at least made it through 6. David Price couldn't even finish 5. That's a lot of money they're paying right there. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And I thought they got him for the playoffs, you know?
Here's how bad here's how bad he is in the postseason. For him, that's considered a success.
Yeah,
that's good outing for him.
Right.
Yeah, as crazy as that sounds. Yeah, not making it past the 5th inning and scored letting up all those runs. That's considered good. So do you still think what you thought before, either the Astros or Red Sox coming out of this?
I still stick with the Astros. Obviously, they're not winning it in 5 games anymore, but I still like their team, especially now that Sale's been pushed back to Game 6. If the Astros can pull this game out today and tie it up, you got Verlander tomorrow against who knows for the Red Sox. They haven't said who they're starting tomorrow. You know, Sale just got out of the hospital yesterday because he had a stomach virus, whatever it was. So they're giving him the extra couple days to rest. And I don't know who the Red Sox are going to start tomorrow. Porcello's pitching today. Do you come back with, of all people, David Price on short rest? Do you go with Eduardo Rodriguez? Do you bullpen it? It'd be interesting to see what Cora does tomorrow for Game 5. I feel like they can bullpen it kind of because you have the day off between game 5 and 6. So I'm feeling they're going to do that. Hopefully bang out a win tomorrow and then go back to Boston for game 6 and have Sale on the mound against probably Garrett Cole. You like your chances if you're back at home and you're Boston with that matchup.
Are you confident that Sale's going to be pitching a full workload after he just got out of the hospital? I mean, I'm a little nervous on that one. If he still isn't ready by game 6, are you really throwing him out there if he isn't quote unquote ready? I feel like he should be, like he will be, but you never know on that one.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. He could bomb, or he could, it could be another Kurt Schilling bloody sock game or something like that.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same exact thing.
They're saying the options are David Price, Eduardo Rodriguez, or Joe Kelly. And it's one of those things where, I've seen, I just remember the Pirates in the early 90s when they had playoff series, and some like their fourth starter who didn't isn't considered very good, they'll go out and have like the game of their life or something like that. So you never know. It's the postseason, and some people rise up to it, and some people falter. So who knows?
And here's the thing: out of all people, who do you think has probably been the best ace so far this postseason? It's probably been Shashin off the Brewers. You take a look at his last couple of games. He's given up 0 earned his last start, 5.1 with 6 Ks. Then against the Rockies, he gave up 0 earned in 5 innings. Those are considered dominant innings at this time in baseball. That's a dominant outing. That's huge from your ace. And even take a look at game 163 where he pitched against the Cubs. He had 5.2 with 1 earned there. So, Shashin has been like Corey Kluber of Milwaukee, and you didn't really see that one coming into the postseason, did you?
Well, how about Wade Miley?
Exactly.
Yep. And on the American League side, you got to look at Nathan Eovaldi. Look what he did. Look what he did yesterday. And then even look what he did. Right. Look what he did against the Yankees. What was it, game 3 or game 4? He pitched against the Yankees. Yes, they scored 16 runs, so it really didn't matter. But he gave up 1 run in 7 innings that game in Yankee Stadium.
That's huge.
So Eovaldi's been basically the American League version of Chacin. They've kind of stepped up. Like you said, Joey, you talk about like the 3rd, 4th starter, and obviously no one puts Chacin up as like an ace as far as a Verlander or Kluber or anyone like that. But he has been the ace for Milwaukee this year. He won 16 games, had a sub-4 ERA. He's been their best pitcher, no doubt. And like I said, we look at that, what Chacin has done in the playoffs. Eovaldi on the American League side has been dominant against the Yankees and the Astros. On the road both times, too.
And let's look how many amazing starting pitchers and relievers are still in the playoffs currently. And let's take a look at the names we're talking about. Wade Miley, Shashin. This is amazing that these guys are doing this when you still have Kershaw, Sale, Verlander, Cole. You have Hader. You got, Kimbrel, Kenley Jansen still. You're just littered with arms all across the teams. And we're talking about some of the least likely heroes that I personally feel the least likely heroes that you would be talking about, but they've been so good for their teams during this stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, so we will see. The round before this, not as exciting, a lot of blowouts, but this one has been very interesting, so we will see how this goes. All right, guys. Johnnie Black, JBall0202 on Twitter. Bruce Cagle Jr. 2 on Twitter from the Scorecrow. Guys, thanks a lot. Let's do this again.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, now for our weekly pick segment where we talk about the upcoming week in the NFL. I have our usual suspects, Coach Warzu and Mark Hagelauer. Guys, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, boy. Kind of a quiet week with the Steelers. The only The only thing that's newsworthy is